New Orleans, their previous game was against Atlanta. They essentially destroyed them in the final quarter. Hrupt had a 33 of 44 completion rating in that game. Threw 5 touchdowns, 1 interception, had 2 sacks, threw for 536 yards, which is eerily similar to Linr. But none of that matters if they can't win this game. This is the game it all comes down to. Firing left side already could be a big gain here for New Orleans. I was going to bring up, actually, that New Orleans, last time I covered them, they took pretty good care of the ball. Had a lot of kneels, made sure to be very safe when handling the ball. And that's probably why they were able to beat Atlanta in that game. They were very safe, and as a result, never fumbled, never had any turnovers. Alright, Hrupt dropping back, firing short left, and it's missed. Receiver was in the area, just didn't bring it in. It's 3rd and 9 now for New Orleans. Firing essentially the same route. Gonna catch it this time, but it's they're gonna be short by 2 yards. 1 yard, whatever. This game doesn't do math very well. Fake the handoff. Can't really find anyone right now. Might fire middle. Yep, he's got someone. No, incomplete. It was slightly off the mark. And Baton Rouge is going to take over on downs. I did mention that Linr's performance last game was similar to Hrupt's last game, throwing left side. Going to be swatted away. Really good swat by the defense right there. But yeah, similar completion percentage and passing yards, 7 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. Remains to be seen, will he be able to keep up that excellent performance here today against New Orleans? New Orleans mentioned that they are going to have to make sure that they cover the deep plays, because I've seen Linr play. He likes throwing it deep. That Providence Bowl cover that he was in was very high scoring. So you got to make sure you keep those covered up. You can't let them score a bunch of big plays on you. Firing right side, going to the line of scrimmage play. Gonna essentially dive forward. Get back up. He is gonna get the first. Fumbles it. Recovered by the defense. It was a play eerily similar to that against Atlanta that caused New Orleans to get the momentum. And it's happened again right here. Got greedy. Went for the first. Got it. But got hit sticked as he was going through. And Tunicist picked up the ball. And New Orleans has the ball right back. Tunistic, not ick. I don't want to put ick at the end. Left side, that's a beautiful pass. Got one guy to beat, not able to, but that's already going to put them in the red zone. I don't know why I added ick to the end of his name. It's just Tunicist, I think. I don't know. Not good with names. Hrupt rolling right, he's going to have to throw this. He's got like a guy directly in his face. Firing corner of the end zone. Caught! Touchdown, New Orleans. They managed to strike first. Had a little bit of a scare there where they failed to convert on 4th, but they got the ball right back. Throw it to the corner. Beautiful throw. No one was near him, and that's a touchdown for New Orleans, giving them a 1-score lead right now. Extra point is up and good. 7-0 is the score. It's pretty much like nothing happened. Also, Marshackham, you have a 3-stream streak. Congrats, I guess. Also, I might try and experiment with a little bit of a lower camera angle. I typically do a bit higher up, so you can see, like, more of the field. Like this, but I feel like maybe doing this kind of shows more depth. Let me know what you guys think. Right back of Baton Rouge. This is Linr back here. Can't really find anything. Firing right side. Caught inbounds. Gonna be hit sticked as he was coming in. That's going to put them in New Orleans territory. They need a strike right back. Up. Tried the short route. Almost backfired. There's a defender right there with a chance to pick that off. Was not able to. Luckily for Baton Rouge. 2nd and 15. Rolling left. Might try. I was about to say trying left side. Instead of trying right side. Caught out of bounds. Incomplete. He had two guys he could have gone to, one on the left side, one on the right side, one off the right side, and it just wasn't able to be caught in bounds. 3rd and 15 now for Baton Rouge. That's a good first down. Wow, that's a really good comeback route. Those types of plays are pretty good. They tend to work most of the time, as long as you play your cards right. Once again, firing short. That might be the first. He essentially tripped over a guy on the ground. All right, 2nd and 3 at the 14-yard line for Baton Rouge. Linr's dropping back, rolling left. Firing left corner, slightly overthrown, incomplete. Yet another 3rd down for this Baton Rouge team on this drive. I'm saying Rouge. Whatever. 3rd and 3. They've got to get the first, or at least get close, and they will get the first. Diving down, gonna be just short of the end zone. But that's gonna be a first step of 1st and goal at the 3-yard line. All right, here we go. Linr's rolling, flobbing corner, intercepted. Why would you throw that? That corner route, that lob, that fade was very covered up. And that's, I got their name. Kabylie. That's Kabylie with the interception. I'm pretty sure I said that right. And, well, that's devastating for Baton Rouge. That is their 2nd turnover of the game. First was a fumble recovery. 2nd one's an interception. I was told that's how you pronounce it. Is that not how you pronounce it? Kabylie. It's not lame. Kabylie? Kabylie. Okay. Kabylie. I'm getting conflicting answers in the chat. Chat can't seem to get a consistent answer. Thank you, Flakes2x and Vxrizon for following. Alright, but that doesn't matter. I mean, just gonna fire short. One of the Baton Rouge players missed the tackle, just gonna nail it down. As I mentioned, New Orleans took very good care of the ball against Atlanta. They're gonna need to keep doing that here. They want to make sure they keep their turnovers low, because again, Baton Rouge has already had 2 against them. Alright, rolling right. Just gonna fire short. That's gonna be a good first down. Gonna dive out of bounds, stopping the clock, and that'll be the end of the 1st quarter. Baton Rouge has started this game pretty slow today. Have yet to score any points. Had a chance on their last drive and went for the lob, the fade in the corner, and it failed. I don't really know what that movement was there, but decided to take a knee, not risking the hit. That's what you gotta do in a game like this. You gotta take good care of the ball. You can't afford turnovers when you have a chance to take a 2-score lead. Whoever wins this game will face Fayetteville in Legendary Bowl 50. That's overthrown out of bounds on the left side. It's gonna be 3rd and 6 here for New Orleans. Kabylie. That's what I said. Whatever. Just gonna lob middle of the field. Intercepted by Baton Rouge. He has an encore. Gonna be tackled there. But Baton Rouge has gotten the ball right back. Patchmade with the interception right there. They essentially tried the same thing that Baton Rouge tried with the lob, except this time it was in the middle of the field, not the corner. And both times, it has backfired on both these 2 teams. So now Linr has a chance to put Baton Rouge back in the game. Here's Patchmade again with the catch. Gonna put them near midfield at about the 43-yard line. Remains to be seen, though. Their previous 2 drives, they've failed to score. They can't let this be the 3rd. They have to get points on the board. Leonard rolling left, looking. Might have someone middle of the field, so I'm going to go right to the short route. Hit stick, but somehow fell forwards. I don't know how that's not typically how this game works. 3rd and 1. Linr could just scramble for it here. Decided not to do it. Well, now he certainly can't. Here you go, back of the end zone, caught! Touchdown, Baton Rouge! They managed to finally put points on the board, and that's Assassin's first of the game. I forgot to mention that earlier. Look out for Assassins. He is going to be the player I highlight mainly today for Baton Rouge. In the Providence Bowl I covered, he scored, I believe, 4 touchdowns for their team. Let's see if he could do it more here. I guess they're not kicking the extra point. Okay. Also, I saw someone in chat say you'd love to see me the Legendary Bowl. I'd love to stream the Legendary Bowl. Alright, and the extra point's gonna be blocked. So, New Orleans holds on to a 1-point lead here. Should you gift a sub? Go right ahead. I am very thankful for any kind of support y'all want to give me. Let's see, can New Orleans come right back and score again? Very low scoring so far today. We've already seen 3 separate turnovers. Actually, technically 4 if you include the turnover on downs against New Orleans that happened at the beginning of this game. Caught, just gonna dive down. Gonna get them a bit closer to the first down. I gotta buy you a car first. I don't even have a car of my own. Alright, here we go. Hrupt dropping back. Might have someone middle or corner if he wants to take it. Instead, playing it safe, just gonna throw short. That's the smart option. Like I said earlier, you need to take good care of this ball. You gotta make sure that things don't go out of hand. Once again, might go short again. I don't know. Yep, once again, same guy with the catch. Fake tried to kneel, just wasn't able to get it in time, but thankfully the defense didn't hit stick. They're not going to force the fumble. Thank you, Different Swag and Rec Form Vxrizon for following. Like I mentioned, this game is, I imagine, to be very good. This is going to be a very good game. I am very confident in saying that. Can't really find anyone to get fired short again. Nope, it's popped out. Incomplete. I was about to say that was the smart place to throw, but the defense managed to pop that out. It's going to be 2nd and 15 now. Dropping back. Can't really see anything. Again, going to go short. That's been essentially the past, like, 5 plays for New Orleans here. Just been a lot of short passes. Once again, same guy. They have been throwing constantly to the same person these past, like, 6 plays. Can't say I blame him. That guy's been open every single time so far. Lobbing back in the end zone. Swat away. Almost intercepted. The defender jumped over the ball. He had a chance to pick that off and give Baton Rouge the lead, but... or excuse me, the ball right back, but he just jumped over it. Going left sideline, out of bounds, 8-yard gain. It's going to be 3rd and goal at the 7-yard line. New Orleans is counting their lucky stars that that play earlier was not intercepted. Gonna fire left side, incomplete. Huh. 4th and goal now at the 7-yard line. Can the Baton Rouge defense force yet another turnover on downs on 4th down? Can they do it? What are they going to do here? P-clock's down to 4 seconds, 3 seconds. They hike the ball. Hrupt dropping back. Baton Rouge is rushing 3. Looking, still can't find one. Firing! Batted away, incomplete! Baton Rouge gets the stop. That is the 2nd forced stop on 4th down that this defense has forced. It's been a very defensive game today, actually. I'm not against it. Usually a lot of these games are offensive slugfest, but this one's been a very big defensive battle. Alright, you got a minute left in the half. The server is lagging. There he goes, it's back. I don't know, he's gonna fire it left sideline. Out of bounds, a bit overthrown. That was a bit of a risky throw too. Defender right in the area. So, now it's 3rd and 4 for Baton Rouge. Linr's gonna roll left. Might have someone left sideline. That's where he's going. Good throw to Grandmaster. Gonna just accidentally walk out of bounds. But now they're gonna be in New Orleans territory. 40 seconds left. Jesus. Down to under 40. 35 seconds left. Throwing right sideline. Caught! What a beautiful throw. And New Orleans is going to call their first timeout of the quarter, of the half. I don't know why that says second timeout. That should say first. Nope. Wrong button. There we go. First and goal, lobbing back to the end zone. Caught, touchdown. Well, they got in immediately this time, and Baton Rouge is taking their first lead of the game. Just lobbed in the back of the end zone. Patchmade is right there. Easy touchdown. They're going to go for 2 to try and make it a 7-point ball game here. Hrupt is going to call their final timeout? Why? That is a very questionable decision. Baton Rouge will get the 2-point conversion, so they're going to be up by 7. I don't understand the decision to call your final timeout before the 2-point conversion. The clock was already stopped. That's really weird. That's a really weird play call. So you can stop the QSL? Oh, the quick slant. Well, either way, it didn't work. So now New Orleans has less than 30 seconds left to drive down this field, tie this game before halftime. And they do the quick pass here. Let's hope that they have better clock management than Atlanta had at the end of last game. Alright, they're gonna have to throw it deep on this play. Yep, everyone's just on a streak route here. It's probably, I think they're just going for the Hail Mary. Yeah, that is what they're gonna be doing. Let's see, can they get it? Yes, they will! Touchdown, New Orleans! On the Hail Mary, the final play of the half, somehow they get it! And if the extra point, they'll tie this game heading into halftime. Wow. What an explosive way to end the half. I'm pretty sure that's the same guy who caught New Orleans' first touchdown, and here he is catching the second one. And if this extra point's up, it will be tied, except it's blocked. So it does not matter. Baton Rouge still has a 1-point lead. Very big defensive game so far today. Who gets the ball next? That would be Baton Rouge. New Orleans got the ball at the start of the game. Baton Rouge gets it at the start of the second half. Yep. What I was expecting this to be a pretty big offensive game. What I was not expecting was for the defenses to come out to play. We've had, I believe, 2 failed 4th down conversions. I think we've had 2 forced fumbles, although one of them was picked up by the offense, I believe. And I believe 2 or 3 interceptions. It's been tons of turnovers today. But it's still been a very close game. So Baton Rouge does have a chance to take an 8-point lead, assuming they can score the touchdown on their first drive of the half. As I've mentioned, winner of this game will face Fayetteville in Legendary Bowl 50. Thank you, Minute Rail, for following, by the way. I didn't mention that earlier. New half, new teams, and they are decided to do play clock. Alright, so New Orleans has said they need to play clock, so I guess we're waiting a bit here. How y'all doing? I'm gonna be honest with y'all, I would love to stream the Legendary Bowl this season, but I don't think I'm gonna get it. You know Vol loves his custom stadiums in the Legendary Bowl, and I can't do those. I don't use scripts. And even then, this is the 50th one. I'm sure he wants to do something special for this one. Because normally he actually announces who's streaming the Legendary Bowl ahead of time. And he still hasn't announced it, so none of the streamers know who's going to stream it yet. Again, hopefully I can do it. I will not be streaming on TikTok. I don't even have TikTok. Nor do I want to use it. I don't like TikTok. Also, my stream setup doesn't really work for TikTok. I'd have to essentially make a brand new setup in order to make that work, but And I don't feel like doing it. Hawkman 12-1. Thank you for the 3-stream streak. Stream crashed. That's a funny joke, and in fact did not crash. I think that's just you. Good job giving me the heart attack. Unfortunately, I know you're wrong. The stream yep, nope, the stream's still fine. This is a really long P clock. What's going on here? Ah, one of the players got kicked out. Gotcha. I think that's what happened. I think everything's good now. Nope, they P clocked it again. Okay, big hold up here. I was surprised the game started really quickly. As soon as I got into the server, bam, it just started like that. Second half, taking 5 years to start. Yeah, as I mentioned, I don't know, I'm very proud of my improvement as a streamer over the past several years. Like, checking my first streams all the way back when I first started, man, they were bad. My score bug was awful. My commentary was horrendous. I've gotten a lot better, and my stream setup's a lot better now. Got a really nice score bug with great animations, you know, high quality video, decent commentary. Thank you, S3X and X21 for following. Here we go. Beginning of the second half is underway. Baton Rouge has the ball. Linr's just going to scramble for it here. Gonna get hit. 9-yard gain. They will be trying to take a 2-score lead here. Or I guess an 8-point lead. 8-point lead isn't a 2-score lead. Might throw middle of the field here. Nope, Tunicist has it covered up left sideline. Swatted away. Good defensive play. I think that was a bit too out of bounds to be caught in bounds anyways. But either way, doesn't hurt to swat that down. Now it's 3rd and 6 for Baton Rouge. He's going to fire short. Good catch. Going to be stopped right as he stands, but that's still a first down. Welcome Prime Broadcast Network to the stream. You do that. Linr's dropping far back and fire left sideline again. This time it will work. Going to step out of bounds. 33-yard gain. They are now in New Orleans territory for a chance to take an 8-point lead here at the beginning of the second half. Linr just going to fire right side. Going to dive down. 8-yard gain. I think this is really going to come down to the final drive because even if Baton Rouge scores here, they're not going to be out of this game. They'd only be down by 8. Or 7 if they block the extra point. Get fire left corner. Caught, but it's barely out of bounds. It's not going to be a touchdown. 3rd and 7 now for Baton Rouge. That looked like a surefire touchdown. Just wasn't able to get the feet in bounds. Now it's 3rd and 7 here. Linr jumping back into fire middle of the field. Caught. That's a touchdown. They get in on 3rd down this time. And if the extra point, they'll be up by 8. If they miss, they'll only be up by 7. Grandmaster there with the touchdown. Was pretty much wide open there in the middle. And with the extra point, they'll be up by 8. Nope, it will be blocked. So Baton Rouge only has a 7-point lead right here. Alright, now Hrupt has to respond. Let's see what he and New Orleans can do here. Might go left side. Nobody's going to go deep. 2-on-1 coverage here. Swatted away, and that's going to be out, incomplete in the end zone. That was a very risky decision there. It was 2-on-1 coverage. Luckily for them, the defense went for the swat, not the interception. Might go middle of the field here. Will. Good catch. To be just short of the first down, though. Be short by 1 yard. 3rd and 1 here for New Orleans. This shouldn't be too hard to convert. These short yardage situations typically aren't very hard for teams to convert. Let's see if they can do it here. Probably just gonna fire short here. Middle of the field. They'll be going deep middle. That's overthrown. That was off target. 4th and 1 now for New Orleans. This will be devastating if they can't convert. You need this first down. You don't want to go any further down than you already are. And luckily for New Orleans, they do convert the first. Is this playoffs yet? This is the Final Four. Whoever wins this game is going to the championship against Fayetteville. All right, Hrupt gonna fire left sideline. Caught in bounds. Barely. 25-yard gain, gonna put him into Baton Rouge territory. They're now at the 37-yard line. About 40 more yards and they could get the touchdown. Probably just gonna fire short middle of the field here. I called it right there. And that's gonna be a first down. I will say, Baton Rouge isn't being very patient with these tackles. They're hitting them immediately, even if they're doving down into the ground. Hrupt just gonna scramble here, smart. The pressure is getting right in his face. 13-yard gain. And that's gonna put him at the 8-yard line, 2nd and 2. Also, hello, welcome to stream, Sports Center. Nice to see you here. 2nd and 2. Gonna fire back to the end zone. Caught! 67. Number 67 actually had it, but game count that is incomplete, out of bounds. Even if they didn't, that probably would have been called for illegal touching. Now it's 3rd and 2 here for New Orleans. Hrupt rolling right. Just gonna scramble for it himself. Gonna slide down underneath the tackle. Very smart decision there. Gonna put him at the 5-yard line. And thank you, Sports Center, for following. What? Was that a swat? Or did the receiver not catch it? I was so quick, I wasn't able to see which outcome was the real outcome. Either way, it's a 2nd and goal now here from the 5. They're not going for the quick pass this time. Nope, lobbing back to the end zone. Caught! Touchdown, New Orleans! And if they can get the extra point, this game will be tied at 20. And once again, it's NOLA. It's NOLA LFG again with the touchdown for New Orleans. That's his 2nd of the game. And if they can make the extra point, this game will be tied at 20. They will nail it. 20 to 20 is your score here. Also, thank you, Robotic Cooks and Prime Broadcast Network for following. The YouTube channel, I'll be honest, has been popping off hard recently. All of the recent videos have been averaging like 1,000 views. So, thank you guys so much for the support there. And I will say, if I do get the chance to stream the Legendary Bowl, I will make a highlights video of it. Let's see, can Linr respond? At this point, it's looking like it might start being a shootout. Gonna fire right sideline. That's out of bounds, incomplete. The first half was defined by defensive stops. So far, it looks like the second half will be defined by slow, methodical offensive drives. I'm gonna go short here to Patchmade, and again, give me a good first down for him. He's been pretty active today for Baton Rouge. He's got a bunch of catches for them. Firing short to Sonic, 9-yard game, gonna put him close to midfield. Under a minute left in this 3rd quarter. Around 6 minutes left in the game. 2nd and 6. Linr is looking. Just gonna fire right side. Good throw. Number 3 almost missed the hit stick. That was a very late hitting hit stick. If he had missed it, Baton Rouge would have gotten extra yards on that play. So again, firing short to Sonic. 7-yard gain. About 30 seconds left in the quarter. Might be looking end zone. They will. Caught! No! Popped out. Incomplete. I was about to say I thought he was out of bounds, but no, he was inbounds. Just got popped out at the last moment. 3rd and 8 here for Baton Rouge. Firing number 5 has it. Is that the first? No, it's not. They're short. 4th and inches. It looked like they might have gotten it, but no, they're barely short. 4th and inches, the 13-yard line. Linr dropping back, firing corner. Nobody's there. Miscommunication between the quarterback and his receiver. New Orleans is going to get the ball back. Start of the 4th quarter. New Orleans just got lucky there. Miscommunication between the receiver and the quarterback. And now they have a chance to retake the lead. Hrupt just going to scramble, go out of bounds. 5-yard gain. I'm telling you, this game is going to come down to the final drive, to the final minute. 2nd and 10. Once again, gonna fire short. I think that's the new game plan for these two teams. Or at least for New Orleans. They've been doing a lot of quick passes this second half. Very few deep balls. And I don't blame them. Want to play it safe. Want to own time of possession. Make sure you don't throw any risky passes. It's another 12-yard gain. Man. I will say, I'm hoping the ending of this game will be better than the Atlanta-New Orleans game. The ending of that game was really just kind of bad. 2nd and 3. Might be going... Yeah, the comeback route here. Cop at number 67, just going to dive out of bounds, avoid the hit stick, going to put them in Baton Rouge territory with 4 minutes left in the game. Rolling back. Probably just going to fire short. No, nothing's really open right here. H-Up still looking. Going to fire middle of the field. Caught by number 3. Fumbles! Oh, but they managed to pick it back up. That was almost really bad for them. Tunicist with the recovery. I still don't know how to say his name. I should. H-Up dropping back. They got bailed out in that previous play. Gonna fire middle of the end zone. Overthrown slightly. If that was a bit lower, that would have been a touchdown. Tunicist. Okay, that's what I thought it was. Are you literate? No, I just suck at pronouncing names. 2nd and 15. H-Up dropping back and a fire middle of the field again. Caught this time. I don't know how the defender didn't deflect that away. Somehow that's a touchdown. And New Orleans has retaken the lead. And once again, it's NOLALFG in the back of the end zone with the touchdown. And New Orleans has retaken the lead with about 3 minutes left in the game. Extra point will be good this time. 27-20. Bro is Jester maxing. What the fuck does that mean? Tunicist. Okay. So it's like tune and then assist, but with an I instead of an A. I got it. I got it now. That's the thing. Once I remember how to pronounce someone's name, I usually don't forget. It just takes me a bit to burn into my brain. Alright, gonna fire 6-yard gain. Baton Rouge has to make sure that they have to score on this drive. If they fail, if there's a turnover on downs, interception, fumble, it's pretty much game over for them. Good coverage, gonna fire left sideline. Illegal touch. Illegal touching. That was a first down, surely, for them. But the game ruled illegal touching. Now it's 3rd and 9 for Baton Rouge. They have to make sure they get close to the first down marker, otherwise this game's going to force them to punt. Firing right side. Swat away. It's going to be out of bounds. No chance for the interception. Is the game going to force them to punt? It will. That is devastating if you're Baton Rouge. That might have just cost you this game. That might have just costed you this game. I have to hope that either New Orleans scores quick or that you get a turnover. They tried to go for the deep pass, and honestly, they should have just focused on getting the first down. You have to make sure you're the last team to score at the end of the game, and instead, they were trying to go the deep bomb, and it backfired. Gonna kneel it down, 8-yard gain. New Orleans has 2 minutes to burn. And again, Baton Rouge is hoping that they can get the ball back soon. Because otherwise, Hrupt might have just punched his ticket to the championship, although that just went out of bounds incomplete. It's going to be 3rd and 7. If Baton Rouge can force the stop here, they might force New Orleans to punt right back. 3rd and 7, Hrupt dropping back, looking. Gonna fire left sideline. Nope, that's a first down. Baton Rouge is unable to make the stop. Under 2 minutes left now. Yeah, they're running this play clock down as much as they can. He's got someone burning left sides, and they're not going to take it. Very smart. They had that guy right there on the left sideline burning. That would have been an easy touchdown. Instead, they went for the short route to try and burn more clock. That's a very smart strategical decision here from New Orleans. And again, if you're Baton Rouge, you're sweating bullets. Nope, they're going to take it this time. And 67 it's just going to go backwards. So that's the route that they should have thrown to on the that they could have thrown to on the previous play. Didn't. They threw it to there this time, and they just went backwards. Approaching the 1 minute warning here. They're at the 34-yard line with a chance to take a 2-score lead with a little around a minute left. Firing left sideline, incomplete. Hit in midair and knocked out of bounds. 2nd and 15 here for New Orleans. The clock has stopped. And keep in mind, Baton Rouge has all 3 timeouts. Hrupt dropping way back, and a lob it to the back of the corner. Caught, touchdown New Orleans. They have just taken a 2-score lead here with about a minute left in the game. This is a very similar situation to what Atlanta was in the previous game between them and New Orleans. Except Atlanta had some of the worst clock management I've seen in my life. Will Baton Rouge have better clock management? Extra point is up and good. 34-20. A chance at the legendary bull is on the line here. Baton Rouge has to... This is a legendary drive here for Linr and the entirety of the Baton Rouge team. What are they doing? Oh my god, they missed. He has blockers in front of him. Oh my god! He has blockers. Then he fumbles it. Picked up again. Oh my god, I thought he was about to take that the distance. He had blockers in front of him. He had 2 guys in front of him. 50 seconds left. They have to travel 70 yards, get the ball back, then score again. Can Baton Rouge do it? Can they do it? Linr looking, firing. Gonna be midfield, going down. 19-yard gain. First timeout called by Baton Rouge. They now got 36 seconds left, about 50 yards to go. Linr rolling left. Seems they're actually taking proper care of the clock here. Firing right side, that's very risky. Swatted away, incomplete. This will be 2nd and 15 with 27 seconds left. If you're New Orleans, you're just thinking prevent, prevent, prevent. Just prevent them from scoring the touchdown here. Prevent them from making this game close. Firing middle of the field. Caught! But he's in the end zone. Touchdown! Are you kidding me? 2-on-1 coverage. Somehow he comes down with it with 17 seconds left. Grandmaster with the catch of his life to keep Baton Rouge in this game. If they make the extra point, it's a 7-point game. And Hrupt and New Orleans is going to call a timeout now. Wow. Baton Rouge has a chance. They have 2 timeouts and a 4th and 25. If they can convert the 4th and 25, they have a genuine chance here. But it all depends. Can they make the extra point? Baton Rouge will nail the extra point. 27-34. New Orleans might... What do you mean Vol announced? What? Did Vol say that New Orleans won? Vol, game isn't over yet. Baton Rouge still has a chance. All right, here we go. 4th and 25. Game on the line. Has to make it. It's 3 guys right there. That's a first. They haven't. Timeout called. Baton Rouge. They're in New Orleans territory with 8 seconds left. If they somehow score a touchdown here and force overtime, that would be the biggest miracle I have seen in my life. 8 seconds left. All right, here we go. This might be the final play of the game. Linr looking, firing right side, swatted away. 1 second left. 1 second. 1 second left in the game. They're gonna have to fire for the end zone here. Game on the line. Chance either game ends and New Orleans will make the championship, or Baton Rouge might force overtime. Here we go. Linr dropping back, looking, firing left side. Swatted away. Incomplete. New Orleans holds on. And they're challenging. Hold the brakes. Baton Rouge is challenging. Baton Rouge is challenging. And the chat seems to think that they angled. New Orleans is declining, but I don't know if that's how it works. The game just ended. What's the ref saying? I don't know if the ref is saying anything. Chat doesn't seem to be saying anything. Is that it? Is it over? I think it's over. Wow. Wow. Well, I guess I'll end the challenge. I don't think the challenge stands. I honestly thought I thought that Baton Rouge was gonna somehow do it. I thought they were about to somehow pull it off. I thought they were gonna do it. But no, New Orleans holds on, and they're moving on to Legendary Bowl 50. Wow. But man, Baton Rouge sure made it close in the end there. It looked like they were out of it, and somehow they managed to do it. Wow.